Okay, good evening, everybody. I hope that you guys are well. My name is Heike Berg. I am a bronze presidential director in Mannatech, and it's really a privilege to be able to share with you what I'm going to be sharing with you. My wife, Geraldine, she's upstairs. She just put LeMay to bed, our little daughter. She's 1 year old tomorrow. Can you believe it? So for those of you who know us, just send all the gifts. We love gifts. So what a blessing to have this little baby in our house. So tomorrow morning, it's 1 year birthday time. Woo! So welcome, everybody. Welcome to all the team leaders and welcome to all the brand new guys that's on this call. And, before I do a call like this, my prayer is always that the viewer or the listener will really see my heart and the speaker's heart in this business. This is not about us. This is about you. This is about your life, your dreams, your hopes, your future, your family, your children, your freedom, your dreams. This is not about us. I was blessed enough to when this opportunity came past my way 7 years ago, that I said yes. And I said, listen, I'm going to do this. I want to be financially free. And what does financial freedom mean? I want to have enough residual income so that I've got choices, so that I've got time freedom, so that I don't have to sell my time for money. Okay. And I think that's so super powerful. I think when people kind of find their purpose in life and they find their calling and they realize why they are born, but they are also at a place where they are financially free, I think that is super powerful. Now, you don't have to be financially free in order to live out your purpose. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can have a good life, but you can have a better life, right? If you choose to open your mind, be teachable, and really make a decision based out of wisdom, right? Because that's what we need here tonight is wisdom, nothing else. So I know there's a whole bunch of you that people have invited. I've invited a few people to show them how do you generate an extra stream of income in days like today. Because if you're really honest with yourself, it's not going well in South Africa. It's not going well in the world. The world is in absolute chaos. And so what most people do is they shove their heads in the sand like an ostrich, and they're kind of in denial about it, and they hope things are going to get better, but they don't do anything about their situation, right? So what they do is their budget becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and they shove their dreams into their paycheck instead of doing something else so that they can make more money. Now, I'm not saying money is the most important thing in life. It's not, but it ranks up there very closely to things that are important. We have families, we have children, we've got a future to think about. If you look at how South Africa has changed in the last 20 years, what do you think it's going to look like in the next 20 years, right? So it's important that if you make a decision about these kind of things, about your future, about your dreams, about what it is that you want to achieve, it's important that you know that the decision that you've made, that you are with a company and that you are with a group of people that's going to be there for the next 600 years, unless, the world explodes, okay? Because there are many opportunities out there, right? There are so many opportunities out there to make money today. The problem just is that most people struggle from analysis paralysis because there's so much information. Like, we don't know what to look at. We don't know who to trust. We don't know what to pay for. You get all these online courses and online workshops, and everybody wants to teach you something. And then you pay this course, you pay a lot of money, and then it's just another upsell to some bigger course. And you learn a lot, there's value, but here's the problem. Here's the challenge. John Maxwell has got an incredible quote. He says, the biggest gap in the world is between knowing and doing. And in the middle is something called implementation. People need to implement what they learn, and they've got to take action. And that's where most people struggle, right? So I want you guys to think about your dreams, because that's what this is about tonight. Think about your dreams. Think about your life in the next 10, 20, 30 years. We've been given the gift. Animals don't do this, but we've been given a gift to be able to have a creative way of thinking and really visualize the future, right? We can visualize our goals. We can visualize where we want to. We can set goals. We can work towards them. We can decide what we do, what we don't do. We decide our own belief system, which obviously has an impact on our habits and our emotions and the results of our lives. And so if you're really honest with yourself, right, we are where we are at because mostly, not completely, but mostly because of the choices that we've made in our lives. And the choices are based on certain things that we believe. Now, I was raised in a family where my father is an incredible advocate. Mom was a teacher, but I'm 45 years old today. And so I was raised in that generation where you had to go to school, get good marks, get a degree, and then get a job, and then sell your time for money, work, or either be self-employed, but go do something, and then you work there for 40 years or whatever, 45 years, and then you retire. Now, my father's generation, they could still do that. We can't do that anymore. I don't know if you're aware of it, but 1 out of 100 people in South Africa can retire like that at the age of 65, literally, you know, go and sit somewhere and for the next 20 years, sustain the standard of living that they have. So if you want to quickly figure out, if you have a pen and paper with you, if you just quickly want to figure out how much do you need one day in order to be able to retire for 20 years? What you have to do is you've got to take all your expenses that you have right now. And so obviously you've got a budget. So all your expenses multiplied with 200. That's what you need as an asset or as a investment to be able to live off 4% of that every month. Very few people can do that today. And so here's the incredible thing why I'm involved in this business model. Because it's a business model that I can share with anybody. Because it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what your history is, doesn't matter what you studied, it doesn't matter what you do for a living, you can do this. Anybody can do this. If a heroin addict, I was a heroin addict for a very long time, and an addict with many other things as well. And I had to get clean. I had zero skill, no self-esteem. I mean, I studied drama. That's what I did. Zero entrepreneurial skills or business skills or anything. And I mean, if I and so many thousands of other people can do this, then you can also do this. And you can get to a place of freedom in the next 2 to 5 years. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. This is not some weird, strange Ponzi scheme or whatever. This is a solid entrepreneurial e-commerce business, which I'm going to teach you. Okay, so how did I get involved in this business? Just quickly, sip of water. So I'm going to share this with you. So I'm going to tell you how I got involved with you by looking at this this graph that you see here in front of you. So this is actually, it's called the cash flow quadrant. This is what a guy with the name of Robert Kiyosaki, it's a book that he wrote. He wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've got 3 copies here. Most incredible book about finances and principles on creating wealth, right? Because nobody teaches you how to create wealth. School doesn't teach you how to create wealth. School doesn't teach you how to dream. School doesn't teach you how to be entrepreneurial. University doesn't teach you that. So we kind of grow up and we get a job and we look at other people and we go, oh, they were probably born with that gift. It's not. It's rubbish. You can learn it like anybody else. The problem just is that nobody teaches you this stuff at school. So I went and I studied drama and I got into the acting world. So when you look at this graph, I was a self-employed person, okay? So the reason Robert Kiyosaki wrote this book was to show people where cash flow actually comes from, right? Cash flow only comes from 4 places, 4 quadrants in this world. You're either an employee, self-employed, or a big business owner on the right-hand side, or an investor, which is also on the right-hand side. But what is incredibly fascinating is that 90% of the world's people is on the left-hand side, but only 10% of the world's wealth is generated by them, and they enjoy only 10% of the world's wealth. Well, on the right-hand side, you've only got 10% of the world's population, but they enjoy 90% of the world's wealth, okay? And so I was a self-employed person. Why? Because I was taught to sell my time for money. Like most people, that's an employee. You get into the job market, you get a job, they give you a salary, they cap you, you can't earn more than what they're giving you. You're probably finishing somebody else's dream for them because they're leveraging on you. You've got the CEO, you've got to do your little day job. Very few people find satisfaction. There's a lot of people that find satisfaction in their jobs, and there's nothing wrong with having it. My philosophy is just don't park there forever, because there's more in life. There's more for you in life, right? So there's people that do very well in the self-employed. I mean, I did pretty well in the entertainment industry. The problem was just that it was up, down, up, down. If there wasn't work, there wasn't pay. So I had to go into my savings. And so I was always looking for ways to make extra income. And so I started stressing about how am I going to take care of my retirement one day? How am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to be able to put LeMay through school, right? I want to give her an incredible education. How am I going to achieve my dreams? I want to minister. That's what I really want to do. I want to evangelize. I want to, go and serve people. I want to build NGOs. I want to run projects. I'm busy with a third book. I'm not a writer. I'm busy with my third book, but I just decided, I'm going to do this. And so I want to write, and I want to speak to people, and I want to give people hope. And that's what I want to do. But you can't do that if you don't have any money, and you can't do that if you are stuck in a job where you've got to work for 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and you come home and you're tired and you buggered, and you have a dream, but you don't have a vehicle to get to your dreams, right? And this is the vehicle to get to your dreams. So the other thing that Robert Kiyosaki wanted to share here was that the difference between a B quadrant person and an S is also small business owners, right? Because think about it, if you're a small business owner, you don't really have freedom. You don't work 12 hours a day. You work 14 hours, 15 hours a day, and it's not really your business. Or you don't own the business owns you. Because if you're not there, then nothing really happens. You've got to be there. The big business owner guys are the guys that have systems in place. It is a system that operates, and the CEO can go overseas for a year, 2, 3 years, and the business will still generate cash flow, right? And then, of course, it's the B quadrant guys that invest a lot of money in the I quadrant. So I wanted to be in the B quadrant, okay? But how do you get to the B quadrant? How do you move from an E and an S? The S's are the small business owners, self-employed specialists, right? Sportsmen are S's. People that have, for example, plumbing businesses or electricians, and they work for themselves, they are in the S quadrant, still selling time for money. It's high risk to start your own business today. Very high risk, because you've got to be able to compete with what's happening out there. And I mean, if you are not at the moment really kind of jacked up with what's happening on social media and on the net and with artificial intelligence and marketing and the way people are operating today, it's a tough world at the moment if you're going to want to compete. So I wanted to be in the B quadrant. I just didn't know how I was going to get there, right? So about in 2015, I got a friend, and he gave me a call, and he said, listen, Ike, I want to see you. Come and chat with me. So we met at a coffee shop, and he said to me, listen, Heike, I want you to start using Mannatech products. And I was like, dude, I know about the products. I've heard about it. I know they're good products, but it's really not going to help me. I was very sick. I had a whole bunch of health challenges. And so he said to me, listen, I will purchase the products, use it. And if you don't get any results, then you can get your money back. And that fascinated me, because I don't know of any shop today where you can walk into just in a shop and purchase any wellness product, and there's a 3-month money back guarantee, right? So I purchased the products online. He helped me open up an online store or an online account. We ordered the products from overseas. It was delivered at my doorstep in 2 to 5 working days, because the company is actually in Mannatech. There's a corporate office here in South Africa. And so I started drinking the products. After 9 months, I was off almost all my medication. It changed my life completely. I haven't been without those products, not one single day in the last 7 years, okay? And because I had such a major health transformation, I started sharing my testimony with people. That's all I did. That's what we do every single day of our lives. When we get good products, good services, things that change our lives, people that come into our lives, businesses that come into our lives, we talk about it and we share about it and we refer people to, So I would refer people to Werner because they also wanted to get these products, right? And so, because you can't purchase it in a shop. And eventually Werner came to me and said, listen, Ike, do you want to make extra money? And I said, of course I want to make extra money. And he said, okay, listen, instead of you just referring people to me, let me teach you and help you, to make that person your customer online. And every single time they order, because it's a consumable product, they order every single month, every single month you get paid. And I'm like, what? You want to tell me that I can send somebody a link in 33 countries? We are in 33 countries. I can send somebody a link. They click on it. They can choose their products. They purchase it. It gets delivered to their doorstep in 2 to 5 working days. I don't carry products. I'm not a salesperson. I don't have staff. I don't have employees. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have inventory. I don't have to worry about distribution, advertising, marketing, nothing. That person purchases, and every single month that they purchase, I get paid. He said, yes. I said, well, why the flip didn't you tell me that 6 months ago? And so I started getting involved in this business. And what I found was absolutely the goose that laid the golden eggs, the best opportunity that it's the better. There's always opportunities out there, but this opportunity is absolutely the better way for you to get to that place of freedom, because this is a B quadrant business model. And that's what fascinated me. It's a business model that has a system in place that I can just plug into and help you plug in, and you can start making extra money. And so in 18 months, Geraldine and I, we were at a place where we were financially free, where we had enough residual income coming in so that I didn't have to sell my time for money anymore. We have got zero debt. Our house is paid off. Our cars is paid off. We've got enough residual income to do disposing, to do what we want to do. We have enough income to invest. We've got enough income to take care of all our accounts. We've got enough income to save for LeMay. I'm not even actually allowed to say this, but I have chosen to take a break next year. I'm just, I'm going to write my third book. And my passion has become to really start helping and showing people and helping people understand how this works, right? So that you too can do this. Okay, but before I continue, we've got 3 incredible speakers that's part of our team, and they've got such big hearts and dreams, and they started just like I started, right? And they're going to share with you why they started Mannatech. So first up, we've got Silver Director Aletta de Villiers. Aletta, welcome to the call.
Good evening, Heike. Thank you for the opportunity to share on your call. First of all, I'd like to thank Johan and Leonie Hutting for the mentors there in my business and the help they've offered, and also to you and Geraldine, who's always been there for me. And yes, my Mannatech story started about 2 years ago, where I'm a mom of 3 small children, 8, 6, and 3. And every time the debit orders had to go off, it was like, okay, great, there was enough for everything, but please don't let my kids get invited to another birthday party, because there is definitely not something extra for a gift. And that was absolutely low. 3-4 days after the salary came into my bank account, it was gone again, and I was extremely depressed. I had a friend also who spoke to me, and every time after payday I phoned and I was like, oh, I don't have money anymore. So that was really my lowest low. And I used some of the products for my children in the past, and so I knew about Mannatech. And at that stage I was buying Mannabears from someone else. And on Facebook, I asked mom's group, what do you do for extra income? And a friend from university contacted me directly, and she said, but why don't you sell Mannatech products and join the company in that sense? And initially I'm mob, so it wasn't a deal breaker or a brain surgery for me to join. But what I've learned in the last 2 years was much more than just being part of a company. It's an international company. I've grown so much, and I'm forever grateful for Mannatech, and I'm definitely not going back. So that's my story.
Thank you, Aletta. It's incredible. Thank you for being on the call. Next up, we've got Gold Executive Director Elisma Pickworth, all the way from Worcester.
Thank you, Heike, and thank you for this opportunity to share on this platform. And I would also like to just thank Johan and Leonie Hutting, my presidential directors, and Heike and Geraldine for their help and mentorship in helping us building this business. So my story, my why has changed so much since I've started in Mannatech. So in the beginning, it was all about I wanted more time. My greatest desire was more time. So I have a small business, and as Heike said in the cash flow quadrant, I was in the S quadrant. And sometimes when you are in the S quadrant working for yourself, you actually sometimes just wish you can just have a boss, get a salary, don't have to worry to pay any wages, buy stock, or any of those. And I was just really working very hard. I was tired. I was depressed. I was really in a dark space in my life. My business was a part-time thing, and my work situation was really bad. So my desire, I really had this hunger and this desire for change in my life. I didn't know where, I didn't know how, but I just knew something had to change. And I came across this opportunity. And when I saw this at first, I actually thought this looked amazing, but I also thought this just doesn't fit my personality, because um I am an introvert, a really big introvert, and I just thought I won't be able to do this business because I'm also not someone that just talk to people. But because I had this hunger and this desire, I just thought I have nothing to lose. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see where it goes, and this has changed my life tremendously. Emotionally, financially, today I'm in a space where I have more time freedom. I've learned to manage my small business better, and I do this, and I enjoy doing Mannatech. And I've just realized this time of year in my small business, it is peak time for me. It is hard work, it is late nights, it's long hours. And yesterday I just reflected on my small business and Mannatech, and I just thought, you know what? I have to work very hard to get the profit out that I make in Mannatech, by just having fun, helping people, telling stories, and just helping enough people. So at this stage, it's not about money for me anymore. It's not about anything else. It's really about helping people, because I know what this business has done for me in my life. And I just feel we really have this gift in our hands that we can share, and that we must share with other people, because there's people out there that are looking for solutions and they don't know where to go. So this is really an amazing opportunity. It's life changing, and it can really do something big in your life. Thank you, Heike.
Thank you, Elisma. Lots of love to Robert. See you guys soon. Thank you very much, Elisma. Next up, we've got an incredible couple, Johan and Leonie Hutton. They are presidential directors in this business. They've got a big business, and they've got an incredible story. So, Johan, you guys are up.
Thank you so much, Heike, and thank you for the privilege to share on your call tonight. I first want to thank you and Geraldine for finding me when I really needed an income. Now, before Mannatech, I was not employed, or I was a housewife, a house executive, and I loved it. But, you know, with coping with only one salary so long, our finances was a mess. And I knew I had to find something to do, because the kids fired me when they finished school, and I didn't want to go back to corporate. So luckily, Heike and Geraldine came along my path, and it absolutely changed our life completely. Johan wasn't involved in the beginning, although he supported me. But when the money started coming in, he really woke up, and he joined me as well. And within 15 months, I've got a salary that I still need to pinch myself. I've got a purpose, because I lost my purpose as well. Nobody needed me when the kids left. So this is really, as Elisma said, a gift that we have in our hands to change people's lives. So over to you, Johan.
Thank you. Yes, Leonie, I'd like to just say to everybody on tonight's call, I started this business very soon after Leonie started making money, and I realized that this is a big business. I was always looking for a big business, and little did I know that this was actually that big business that we were looking for. My broker said to me a number of years ago that I don't have enough money to go into retirement. So hence the reason why I was looking for a business. And I'm so grateful and actually humbled today that we are associated with this business. We're helping other people to find their purpose and to make an extra income. What a pleasure. And we're actually doing it from home. Today, we're doing it from the beach because we're on holiday in KZN. And you can do this business on a part-time basis. You can do it on a full-time basis. You can do it from wherever you want to. Thank you. Back to you, Heike.
Thank you, Johan. Thank you very, very much. So, guys, you know, we all have, you know, sometimes it might not be our fault, but it's always our responsibility, right? Is to take responsibility for our lives and for our actions and for our futures. And most people just kind of you know, they're on a ship and they're in the water and they just kind of go where the wind blows them. I've realized in my life that if I set the sail correctly, doesn't matter how the winds blow, I can actually, you know, design my route and get to my destination. You are in control of your own financial future and economy. You don't have to look at the country and blame this and blame this and blame that and stuff. There are options and there are choices. So you can either shrink your dreams to fit your income, or you can expand your income and really live a life of abundance. So what is Mannatech? Sorry, let me just close that. So what is Mannatech? Mannatech is a research and development company, okay, that produces the Bentley of Bentleys. So when it comes to real plant, real food, nutritional products, okay, but it is a science company. We were founded in 1994. Our head office is in Dallas, Texas. We've been running, I think, now for 28 years. We operate in 33 countries, which gives us the opportunity to build global businesses. You can sit and from your cell phone, build a business in 33 countries. So you can earn in yen and rand and dollar and all over the place, you know, while you're sitting on the beaches of Tahiti, which is amazing. We are a publicly traded company. We are listed on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is the second biggest stock exchange. In New York, it's where all the tech companies are listed, Tesla and IBM and Microsoft and Apple. We listed with them. Our ticket code is MTEX, and we've been listed since 1999. And if you know anything about this, you know, you've got to be as transparent as can be to be listed on the NASDAQ. So please go check it out. We get audited 4 times a year. You can look at all the directors, all the dividends, the share prices. You can actually purchase shares in Mannatech, okay? That's a massive peace of mind for anybody that wants to associate themselves with a company, right? The heart of the company, the vision of the company is Mission 5 Million. What is that? So we've got more than 60 health and wellness products that I'm just really going to touch on. You know, speak to the person that has invited you to talk to him about supplementation and about our products. But how this works is this is a social entrepreneurial company. So they had a vision, right? They wanted to eradicate malnourishment with kids under the age of 5 globally, because globally 5 million kids die every single year of malnourishment, right? And so how this company works, it's so fascinating. How this works is every product that you purchase online, right, or any product that somebody purchases, there's a certain amount of rand value that we donate to Mission 5 Million and to feed a kid somewhere in the world starving of malnourishment. So just us purchasing our own products, I know that we're feeding kids somewhere in the world with our products, right? Which is incredible. And we are so close when we've given out over $1 billion of commission, right? Mannatech has already had a turnover of $5 billion, okay? We have donated over 146 million servings to these kids across the world. It's next level. It's next level, right? And you can be part of this. But what makes us different? So we are the pioneers of a completely brand new science. We're the only wellness company in the world that have actually discovered a different class of nutrients. So we were the guys that discovered glycans in nature. It's these small little micronutrients that your body needs in order to facilitate cell-to-cell communication. So your body is in need of 8 of them on every single cell, so that your cell can actually tell the other cell, fix me, destroy me, send the white blood cells, fight the cancer, blah, 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 blah. But in the Western diet today, we only receive 2 out of the 8. It is a fact. Our food is so atrocious today. I'm not really going to get into that, but if you get involved in Mannatech, you're going to find out all the facts, not hocus pocus, the facts about what it is that we are consuming. People are getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and they want different solutions. Healthcare, I mean, the medical world, we've got the best drugs, best doctors, best technology, yet people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And the problem is our food, what we inhale, it's the stress, it's the environments that we live in. And so supplementation is not an option anymore. It is a must. Every single person on this planet has to supplement. But what do you supplement, right? Because there are so many. So little did I know that the stuff that you purchase in South Africa, 95% of it is synthetic. It gets made from rock, petroleum, and steel shavings. So if you go and you purchase your little effervescent, or you purchase your little vitamin C, the value of it is this much, right? And because there's big money to be made in that, and there's so much rubbish out there. Nobody in South Africa has got real science on their products because it costs too much to have real science on their products. The products aren't standardized. You don't know if you're going to buy Omega from a batch if the next batch is exactly the same because nobody monitors it. It's not regulated in South Africa. It's supposed to be regulated, but it's not. So people get away with murder when it comes to supplementation. So I was blown away when I realized that Mannatech, I've never met another company that tests their products on human blood the way that pharmaceutical companies test drugs. We've got over 130 registered patents. Do you know how much it costs to get a patent on a product? It's almost $500 in dollars that you have to spend in order to get a patent on a product, which is proprietary. Nobody else can actually, you can't get it anywhere else except from Mannatech, okay? And the reason we've got the money day, the 30-day money day, the 30-day money back guarantee is because of all the science on the products, because it works. We've spent over 75 million US dollars just on research and development. It's over R1 billion just on research and development. We've got clinical trials, we've got all of that stuff. So get back to the person that has invited you and he'll share all this information with you. So I know that when I drink these products, real plant, real food, tested at the highest level, the cleanest, most incredible products, and I get in my glycans that nobody else can give you, my body actually functions the way it's supposed to function. We have seen miracles. I'm telling you, miracles beyond the craziest, where doctors and the medical world have told this person, you are stuck with your problem for the rest of your life. We've seen miracles happen like this, okay, on our products, which is just incredible. So get back to the person that has invited you and he'll share about the products. So why Mannatech as a business, okay? Well, when I ask people, what is your perfect job? People will always say to me, they want to have their own hours. They don't want to have a boss. They want to make unlimited income. You know, they want to travel the world. They want to be able to be global. You know, they want to be able to work online from home and stuff. And so if you're one of those guys, this is it, because it's part-time. You are your own boss. We teach you and we take you by the hand until you achieve your goal. And if your goal is to make 500,000 Rand a month, then that's what we do. It's an online home-based business, global business. We're in 33 countries, zero risk, right? Zero financial risk. I'm going to talk about that now. You can make unlimited income. The sky is not the limit. You can make so much money. It doesn't matter who you are. The only limit is you. And so we have these incentive holidays. So every single year we travel the world. We just came back from Turkey, all expenses paid trip. So there's an incentive running at the moment for all of us to go to Mauritius next year, all expenses paid for free. It happens every single year. We've seen the most beautiful beaches in the world. We've traveled the world with Mannatech because it's what we do. It's an incentive and you work towards it and you can qualify for it and you and your family can come on every single year on an overseas trip. So a lot of people built this business just because of that, right? It is a turnkey business. In other words, every single thing has been done for you. The systems are in place. Everything, all the products are in place. Your online store is in place. The entire system globally is in place. All you need to do is turn the key and drive the car, okay? And but I think the best thing, you know, the most incredible thing that I have found in Mannatech were the relationships. I believe when God blesses you, he doesn't bless you with things. He blesses you with people. And so he has blessed us with the most amazing friends and people in this business that has really changed our lives. So, okay, so how does this work? How much time have we got? Let me just check. Okay, I've got 25 minutes. Let's get to the money part. Okay, julle moet naby bly, okay? It's really simple. So, when you start, right, most people are just customers, because I was a customer when I started. I wanted these products. I had my little, you know, online site. It was like a Take-A-Lot account or a Wish account or an Amazon account. I could go into my little Mannatech account and order my products, right? And so as a customer, there's a whole bunch of benefits. You get 20% loyalty points every single month, which is really just 20% discount on your products every single month. When you're on what we call a subscription order, it's not a debit order, subscription order, it goes off your card, so your products gets delivered to your doorstep every single month. You can change it, you can stop at any time, whatever, but those 20% runs every single month, and then eventually you can claim it back in free products, right? But if Yes, when you choose to become a business builder with us, you pay a whopping 775 Rand, right? Now, look, I know that there are people out there that literally do not have 775 Rand. But let me tell you, if your dreams are truly valuable for you, if you really believe in your dreams, right? If you really believe in your dreams, you're going to do anything to get to 775 Rand. If you see the vehicle and you see your life, that suddenly you've got hope and there are dreams and you can actually achieve what you've always wanted to achieve and you can take care of your family, I mean, that's peanuts. You know, I always tell people that's 2 or 3 coffees a month for a year. Like, just don't drink your coffee at a Mug and Bean and you've got your 775 Rand. And then there's a renewal fee of 600 bucks. So that's where you start. Okay. Then what's going to happen is there is no requirement for you to have a minimum amount of products that you have to use. Nothing. Okay. But when I started, I purchased 5,500 Rands worth of products. All right. That's what you had to pay in order to become an associate. And I received about 7,500 Rands worth of products. And so I was so glad that I did it, because I could use all the products and I could get such an incredible testimony instead of just purchasing one product. So I always recommend to people, purchase as many products as possible, because you are now, if you choose to do this, you're going to be the CEO of your business and you are going to eventually use all the products, and you want to become a product of the product, because unless you believe in this, the way I believe in it and all these other people, then you shouldn't get into the business, right? I also will never purchase something from someone if they don't use it themselves. You want to be a product of the product. So we recommend that when you start and you don't want to purchase like 5,000 Rands worth of products, purchase at least around about 1,500 Rand. Why? Because that's going to give you probably 3 products, right? And you're going to start feeling a result. Now, you don't have to be sick to use these products. Everybody has to supplement. I'm 45 years old. I feel like a 16-year-old because I get what my body needs every single day, okay? So if you look on the screen there, you'll see 1,500 Rand equals plus minus what we call a 100-point volume. Okay. So PV, how this works is that every product in Mannatech has got a certain amount of points allocated to the product. For example, our Catalyst, which is an incredible multivitamin, is 42-point volume. Our Omega 3, the purest, most, there is not one single Omega 3 that you'll find in the world that is more pure than our Omega 3. Our Omega is 28 PV, point volume. Now, in different countries, right, it might cost differently because there's yen and rand and dollar, but the PV stays exactly the same, okay? So Omega is 28 PV here, is 28 PV in Korea, in Thailand, in wherever, okay? You with me? So when you purchase more or less 1,500 Rands worth of products, you're going to have plus minus 100-point volume. Now, for the sake of this example, I'm going to use the 100 PV as a guideline. Okay, so in America, $1 equals 1 PV. In South Africa, it's plus minus 15 Rand equals 1 PV. As you limit my shop. Okay, so here we go. You register as an associate. You choose your products. Whatever products, we've got incredible products. They get delivered to your doorstep. You get a business in a box. You open this business in a box, and the person that has enrolled you will then start guiding you. You get your products and you start eating your products and you smile. Okay. Then, so there are 6 ways how you can earn income in Mannatech. I'm sure where you're working at the moment, you only have one way. So here there are 6 different ways that you can earn income. So the first one is what we call the first order bonus. So you are an associate, and any business out there, wait, sorry, I just need to plug the computer in. Sorry about that. If you have your own business, you need customers, right? And you can have thousands of customers across the world. Every single time a customer orders a product from you, and it's their first order, you receive 20% of that. So we've got people that ordering 4,000 Rand a month, 5,000 Rand a month, 1,000 Rand a month, whatever and stuff. Their first order, you get 20%. So that's active income. When there's a sale that happens on your first order, you get 20%. Very simple, right? Very easy. Okay. The next form of income is what we call the power seller bonus. Okay, so how this works is Now that circle at the bottom, that green circle, that is your online store, right? That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those are your customers. Now, as I said, you can have 1,000 customers. Okay. Now, if those customers each purchase a 100-point volume of products, right? You in your business, you'll have 500 PV going through your business. You with me, right? Now you can have 1,000, you can have 2,000, you can have 100,000 PV going through your business. But the moment you have more than 500-point volume, okay, you earn every month 15% of the rand total that goes through your store. So in this example, that's about 8,500 rand, and you'll receive plus minus 1,000 rand on Power Seller. Once you go over 1,000 PV, in other words, that's 10 customers of 100 PV, but it could be 20 customers of 50 PV. It could be a customer of 400 and 300 and whatever the case may be. But the moment you go over 1,000, right, you earn 20% every single month as they order, okay? Which is incredible. So the average lifespan, or the average, what's the word? The average duration of Mannatech customers, people using this product correctly, is 9.5 years. Wouldn't you want to have a business where your customer, once they use the right products and they use it correctly, stay on this for 9.5 years? You do the work once and they order and off you go, and you're still earning money. I'm earning money from people that have purchased 7 years ago. I mean, how ridiculous is that? That's incredible. Okay, so you guys are with me. This is the Power Seller bonus. But now, what do very wealthy people do that most people don't do? Okay, first of all, they understand tax, but we're not going to get into that. Second of all is they leverage their time off other people. If you are a normal employee, you are being leveraged. You might not even realize it, because somebody else is using you to do a job so that he can get wherever he needs to be, right? If you are self-employed, you can't leverage because it's just you, okay? So have you ever heard of franchising? So franchising, funny enough, when it started, right, the federal government of America said it's illegal. It's illegal. You're not allowed to do this. This is an illegal business model. They actually had to fight. Ray Kroc from McDonald's had to actually go to the federal government and explain to him how this business model works. Today, franchising is I mean, everybody knows franchising. So this is franchising online, or franchising on steroids, okay? Because some of your customers are going to go, listen, I also want my products for free. I want to make 2, 3, 4, 5,000 rand a month, right? I want to have people. So then what you do is, okay, you enroll them as an associate, okay? And so let's imagine associate 1 on the left and associate B on the left. And now what you do is, with the help of the system, the help of the tools, there's a blueprint. It's called the 3-point plan. And with the 3-point plan, you're going to lead and guide those 2 people to do exactly what you have done, right? So once you help 2 people to also get to 500 PPV, okay, they can go a lot more, obviously. But once they get to 500 PPV, Mannatech comes and says, listen, you have empowered and given 2 people hope to make an extra income. We're going to give you a team bonus, and that team bonus is called a Team 2 bonus, and that's 1,000 rand every month. I know it's not big money yet. That 1,000 rand is just, it's a little bonus for helping 2 people. And if you do it for another 2 people, we're going to give you 1,500 rand, okay, every single month. So it's 1,000, 1,500, and from there, every 2 you help is 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. But this is small money, right? I mean, it could, look, it couldn't save some people's lives. But here's where the big money lies. So I spoke to a lady. I know a lady that has that in her Power Seller, just the customers that she is servicing. She's got 1,600 customers across the world, right? She earns 386,000 rand a month just from her Power Seller bonus. That is ridiculous, okay? Doing it from your cell phone, right? So here's where the big money lies. Okay, it's called leadership income, right? As you meet me, I hope you guys are excited. Okay, so okay, imagine you, the guy on the left, whatever, and you've helped 2 people to do 500, 500, right? You have enrolled them. You are the associate. You are the guy that actually brought them to the party. How much PV in total have you now got in your business? It's not hard. It's 500, 500, 500 in this example, right? Now, once you've got 1,500 points in your little business, okay, you're feeding 15 kids on Mission 5 Million, and you're being recognized as a director. I don't know if you've ever wanted to be a director of your own company, but here you will be a director. We recognize you. We have this incredible function every 3 months. We've got monthly trainings, all of that stuff where you actually get recognized and you walk across the stage and people cheer you for what you've achieved, okay? And your leadership income will be anything between 750 and 3,000 Rand. Now, you must remember, that's over and above all those other bonuses. You can do this in a week. You can earn 5,000, 6,000 Rand residual income in a week. But let me just show you something else quickly. I'm going to go back to the previous slide. If you have 2,000 PV in your store, right? Let's say you're the middle guy. You've got 2,000 PV. Now imagine that. That's a big power seller bonus, right? That's about 4,500 Rand that you're going to get residually. And you've helped 4 other people to also get to 2,000, right? 4 people. That's all you need to do. Just 4 people and help them get to 2,000 PV each. You will then be what we call a silver executive director. I'm going to talk about it now, but your income will be 23,500 Rand a month residual income. Now that equals to an asset somewhere to an investment of almost 4 million Rand. If you have 4 million Rand in your bank account, your interest every month will be about 23,500 Rand on 4 million Rand. So your business is already worth 4 million Rand. Where in the world can you do that? Right? Okay, so you're a director with 1,500 PV. I'm going back to this slide. And so just follow me here quickly. So if you look here on the left, this is you. You're a director. You've got 1,500 points, right? PV in your business. Now what you do is you help 4 people to also get to director. You've got the people on your team that's excited and people that go, man, I want to achieve my goal and I want to achieve my dreams and man, I want that freedom and come on, let's do this. And you run. You help 4 people get there. Then you'll have 6,000 PV. Now you're called an executive director. And Edie earns anything between 3,000 and 10,000 Rand a month. Now you can do that in 3 months. I mean, there's people that have done that in 17 days, part-time. When you earn 6,000 Rand or 7,000 Rand a month residually every single month, that means you've got an asset somewhere in the bank or an investment worth 1 million Rand. Not a lot of people have got 1 million Rand somewhere in an investment and they live off the interest of that. Okay. Where in the world can you do that? Most people can't purchase a property and pay off the property in 17 days. That's 1 million Rand and then put somebody in there to rent and then they pay you your 6,000 Rand a month. No, you know, very few people can do that. And then all you do is you keep on duplicating. You help a few people in executive director to get to executive director. Then you jump to gold executive director. Now you're earning 15 to 20,000 Rand a month. You help another person get to gold ED, then you'll be presidential director. There you earn 30 to 50,000 Rand a month. Residual income. People on this call have done this in 15 months. Earning 50,000 Rand a month, residual income. And then from there, bronze presidential, 60 to 85,000 Rand a month. Silver presidential, I believe silver presidential should be your first real goal, because if you earn 100 to 150,000 Rand a month, most people can really cover most of their expenses and live out some of their hulle behoeftes, hulle begeertes. And then of course you get gold presidential, you get platinum presidential, and it never stops. Platinum, you start earning 200, 250,000 Rand a month. But then you get 1-star platinum, 2-star platinum, 3-star platinum, where you start earning 500, 800,000 Rand a month. And I met a gentleman that earns $1 million a month out of this business. I met him in Las Vegas a few years ago. I went there with a Mannatech function. It was an incentive and I worked a bit harder and I got a few customers and I had fun and I told stories and I spoke to my upline and I said, come on, let's do this. And we went to Las Vegas and I met a Mannatech associate that earns $1 million every month. So I want to ask you today, if you had to earn $1 million, because you can, that's the reality in this business. You are not stuck in your 9 to 5. You are not stuck just you alone, having to do everything and grind away every single day and having to stress every single month. Or maybe you do make a lot of money in your job, but you've got golden handcuffs on. You're stuck because you can't walk there. You might just want to leave. I know CEOs that's 49 years old, but they look like they're 70. Right? The stress and everything. You can be free. You can be free 2 to 5 years and you can get to a place of total freedom. It depends how hard you work. This is just a slide of some of the things that some of the tools that we have in empowering you to become successful, right? So there's tools and there's monthly training. We've got a monthly training coming up this Saturday, actually. So everybody on the call at our associates, monthly training this Saturday from 9 to 12. We've got that once every month. Okay, that's the nuts and bolts of this business. And so, oh man, we're so excited. And I suppose so the big question for you is, you've got to ask yourself, if you've been one of those guys where you wake up in the morning and go, man, there must be more to life, or is this now it? Or, oh, I wish something like a, and you kind of hope for, you've been hoping for a vehicle, right? If it's not this, then what? Like, what is your plan? You speak to so many people and say, I've got this dream and I want to do this. And okay, but what is your plan? What is the vehicle that you're going to use to actually get there? What is a solid, 100% guaranteed plan that if you work and you do what you need to do and you are teachable and you take action and you 2 hours a day, you spend time on working on your dream, because that's what truly successful people do. They make sure that they spend at least 2 hours a day on their dream, on their goals, on their definiteness of purpose, right? And so, if not this, then what? And if not now, when? I don't think, it takes a rocket scientist to realize that we all need to change the way we've been living and change what we've been doing. Because if you've been getting just a certain kind of result in your life and you want more, you need to start doing something else. And it's not wise just having one form of income. It's not wise at all. You can speak to any financial guru out there today. You must build up different streams of income. And this business has helped us build up many streams of income. We've got a few good, solid pipeline incomes. And this is what taught us that. And you can be taught, right? You just need to have a little bit of a dream, be a little bit hungry, be a little bit excited, be willing to grind it out, because in any entrepreneurial journey, it's not like you're an employee that you work and you get paid a salary, right? You're going to work, grind, and then the income comes slowly and small, right? But if you persist and you continue, eventually it becomes a floodgate. And you do this much, but you earn so much. And this business, I'm going to leave to LeMay one day, Geraldine and I. We are a husband and wife, and we do this together. It's so much fun. We're a tag team. Boom, boom, boom. She's got her strengths. I've got my strengths. Many people do this alone. You don't have to be a couple, but I've got a little baby girl, and I'm going to leave her this business. This business is hereditary. So is that the word? Hereditary. Is it? I mean, and LeMay's children are going to inherit what we're going to be built up here. And I'm building up a grandfather fund that my family will be able to be taken care of. And I want to use this money to build and work in my faith. That's what I want to do. Better the world, give people hope, share amazing stories, believe in people, be there for people, hug people when they are down. Tell people, come on, you can do this. Be a cheerleader, be a loving mirror, right? That's what we need to be for people. We need to be able to believe in people that believe that they can't do this and they can't do that, and I suck and I'm stuck in this rut forever. You're not. It's a lie. It is a lie. It's deception. You can do incredible things with your life if you have the courage to say yes and move forward and stick this thing out and learn, be honorable. Man, I'm telling you, whether you join or don't join, bless you. It's been an incredible evening. Thank you to all the speakers. Those that were invited, the brand new people, please chat with the person that has invited you. Get the right information. Do not ever go to people and ask people's advice that doesn't have what you want. Right? So don't go to your broke brother-in-law that lives in a garage and ask him, should I do this business? Because that's what people do. Go to the people that have the fruits on the tree. If you want to know how to make 100,000 Rand a month from this business, come to the person that has the fruit on the tree and we'll show you. Right? That's a very big rule that I have in my life. Okay, always look for the fruit. With that, I want to say good night. Be blessed. Have a super evening. Ask the person that has invited you to send you the videos and just a few things, and make a decision based out of wisdom, like we said in the beginning, not assumption. Don't assume this is something that it's not, right? This business will change your life forever, right? Have the wisdom. Bye. Have a good evening.